Congresswoman Sheila Jackson-Lee dissed one of her constituents at a town hall. Now, the Congresswoman goes on the record next, but first, watch this video. The Congresswoman talking on her cell phone while a cancer survivor asks her a question.
It cannot happen without encroaching on someone else's civil liberty. And if your conscience allows you to proceed in the direction of doing things simply because you think it's good for America, then... Okay.
We don't want to know you're talking. You're talking.
Seriously, really? I mean, come on. Dude.
If our conscience allows us, if Congress's conscience allows them to proceed in the direction of doing things simply because you think it is good for America, then we're on a path to tyranny. And when does it stop?
Moments ago, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson-Lee went on the record to defend herself. Congresswoman, nice to see you.
It is good to be with you, my friend, and thank you for having me this evening. It's a pleasure to be with you.
And let me give you the challenge. I want to challenge you to give me short, quick answers because you and I don't have much time. I got lots of questions. Let me fire away the first one. All I need is a name. Who were you talking to?
Oh, and let me correct that. It's not an Obama hotline. I wasn't talking. I was listening and trying to hear from a hotline that has been set up to help members get answers to questions that our constituents are asking. And so it was an idea of making a call.
All right, but was that a conversation with a person? Is that what it was or not?
No, it's a hotline. There is a human being on the end. Don't ask me what the person's name was, but they were doing a good job. But we were engaging in that town hall meeting. My town hall meetings are with friends and neighbors, fellow Americans. We engage. It wasn't making a keynote speech. I was walking up and down the aisles. I could listen. I could hear. And by the way, I just became an immediate good friend of Miss Miller, and I understand she was on your show. I didn't know that that was the case, but we stayed to the very end, talking to her, talking with her children. That's the way I do things.
You already lost this challenge. You already lost this challenge of short, quick answers. So let me try again. All right, can you understand? I know you can multitask. I know you got a million incoming things going on in your life. But can you understand why that seemed profoundly rude? A woman's trying to ask a question. You're on the phone, whether you think it's a legitimate reason or not. She's got a real question, and it looks like you're just dissing her.
You know what, Greta, not profoundly rude, but I certainly can understand if offense was taken. It was not meant to be. And I hope that Tracy will come to my town hall meetings as I make my way through the month of August so that I can tell her there was no offense. Sorry, Tracy. We can work through this, and I hope I can convince her to support H.R. 3200, because that's the fight that I'm in, battling for my constituents to understand how much better this will be for their lives with the robust public option. No denial of pre-existing disease. That's what the message was that day.
All right, and I got that that's a challenge, but here's the problem you have. You've got Senator Reid, who referred to protesters or people who go to town hall meetings as evil mongers. You've got the un-American. You've got you on the telephone like you really don't care. And these American people are coming to you, asking you questions, and you look like you're all dissing them.
No, and I'm so glad you asked that question. Not a dish in my mouth. And my words, not the words of anyone that you've just reported, and this has been an emotional time. Should have been at the town hall last night when everybody was shouting, just say no. But Sheila Jackson-Lee, I remain steadfast, ready to hear them, and trying to convince them. And the same thing happened on Tuesday. Having it during the day so that families like the family that we're speaking of could come. No, I don't believe we dished them. Not when you stayed as long as I stayed, and stayed late into the time frame that we were having a town hall meeting and answered every question. We've got a tough job. We've got people emotionally charged. And let me just say what I understand. I think people are fearful that we're trying to take something from them. I felt that last night, and I really empathize with that. I empathize with cancer survivors. Every survivor that stood up, we applauded them. No, I was not dishing them. I was getting information. No, I don't think that that was the case. But let me just tell you, you're kind enough to let me come on your show. You had the young lady on your show. I did not see it. But if she took any offense, come to my town hall meeting so I can say sorry to you, so that you know that it was nothing intended. I heard everything you said. I really believe she would fit well for a robust public option. That would make a difference in her life, and I'd like to convince her that that would be the case, as I did the other constituents, by the way, that did not come from my district. All the shouting that came about did not come from my district, but I wanted them to be there.
Let me explain something to you. Let me explain, because one of the problems is you're not listening, and that was sort of the criticism that you weren't listening, you're on the phone. Now listen to the...
But I disagree with you, Greta. I am listening, but go ahead. I am listening.
Here it is. You say that you're calling to... You're saying you're calling a hotline, and the way the American people are is that nobody's even bothering to read the bill. Why do you need to call a hotline? Why don't you come to this meeting well prepared? Is it because the bill is incomprehensible? Is it because the bill hasn't been read? Are you listening to the people? You're on the phone. Some were insulting the protesters. That's why people are upset. They're feeling like you're not paying any attention. They get boisterous towards you, and maybe not towards you, but towards other members. That's the problem. Is that it's like you all know so much better, and they're simply trying to ask questions.
I'm glad you asked the holistic question. No, I did read the bill. No, it is not being rude to try to get place and section and the correct language. I consider myself well-read, but I know that everyone knows it's pretty good to go back and get the facts. Now, let me just speak for all the other members, not speaking for them, but just saying this. We're out there. We may have comments about how we're being received or how volatile or non-volatile, but people are out there. Whether they're Republicans or whether they're Democrats, we're out. We're doing what we're supposed to do, and we're human. This was an informal town hall meeting, as I have done over the times that I have served, when it's gotten boisterous and non-boisterous.
And you know what? I will give you enormous credit.
I remember the Iraq War.
I will give you enormous credit because you're there.
Noting it. And what I will say to you is, that film looked kind of strange. I've not seen it, but I've had people tell me it looked kind of strange.
It looked
because
bad.
My recollection is that I was not on the phone.
It looked like you didn't care.
Specifically when she was there. But I was gesturing to the audience. I was engaged. I was not ignoring it. It would be like if I was in the corner or with my back to the audience on a phone. I was not. This is not the case of ignoring America. America, I'm not ignoring you, but what I will say to the very special lady who I cared about and stayed and talked to, any offense taken, I did not attend it. Let me apologize to you. Come to the town hall meeting again so that we can talk, because I truly believe a robust public option is just what she needs. And
Congressman, let me just say one final word. I gotta go.
Town hall meetings forever and ever.
I gotta go, but I will say one thing is that I think every member of Congress who does hold those town hall meetings, they are at least appreciated, because not all of you are doing that. You're not all out there talking, so I think that's much appreciated. And one sort of little tip, maybe, and I say sort of, she'd probably like to have a beer summit with you. I mean, you probably could smooth over some feathers, because that seems to work. Congresswoman, thank you and good luck.
Thank you. Can I have some grape juice or soda or orange juice? How about that? She's got 3 children. I want to make sure they can come as well.
I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Thank you, Congresswoman.
Come on out, Tracy.